Jaeon Jungkook, 30 years old. He is handsome with a cold and calculative voice. His parents are Mr. and Mrs. Jaeon. Mr. Jaeon is a great painter known to the whole world. His paintings are sold in millions while his mother is a writer. Although his whole family is artistic here, Jungkook is totally different. He had great interest in business. Mr. Jaeon often jokes about what kind of Jaeon he is. He just freshly graduated from a 22 years old boy when he joined Vertex as CEO. And in these 8 years he expanded Vertex like the web. Vertex was good for sure, but he made it great. He got the job because Mr. Kim was sick and couldn't attend office. His legacy was in danger, and that time he requested Jungkook to take over as he knew Jungkook had the potential. Jungkook also couldn't say no to his favorite uncle, Kim Taehyung, 23 years old. He is a charming, cute, lively and cheerful person. All his life he is the most pampered one. Brothers Namjoon, Jimin, Hoseok. He is the younger one and most loved one. In his life if he listens to anyone then it's his kooky Hyungi. Jungkook is the perfect role model for him. He admired him, he loved him, he was obsessed with him. And certainly he is. He declares his love openly. Every person who knows about Kim Taehyung knows about his unyielding devotion for Jaeon Jungkook. He got this president job by buttering his Jin Hung. In the whole Kim mansion Seokjin is the boss. So when Seokjin said that Taehyung will attend the office, Mr. Kim could only request, but Seokjin didn't accept it. The reason for being a president is simple. That cabin is closer to the CEO cabin. Jaeon and Kim's are best friends for ages. After their marriage Taehyung's parents tried a lot for the baby, but due to some complications they couldn't. They treat Jungkook like their own son. And when Jungkook was 6, Mrs. Kim found out she was pregnant. After 11 years of marriage finally they have their own son. In these 11 years they adopted 3 sons. Namjoon is the eldest one. He tried to inherit his company from Namjoon, but he chose to open a university with all kinds of elite study material with namesake money. Mr. Kim couldn't say no to his son. Namjoon accomplished his dream. On the other hand, Hoseok had no interest in business. From childhood his entire focus was on dance. Now he is one of the top choreographers and hip-hop dancers. On the other hand, Jimin is an actor. Seokjin, Namjoon's husband, is the most royal model in history. And Taehyung was too young to take any responsibility. So he asked for help from his best friend. And Jungkook became the CEO. Meanwhile Jungkook is the only child of his parents. His cousin Min Yoongi and Min Youngjae also live in Jaeon Mansion. For some business reason Min couples left the country and Yoongi handled the South Korean branch. Youngjae is a criminal lawyer. They both couldn't go because of their profession. And this is absolutely fine for them as Jaeon treated them like Jungkook. One grand party hall, everyone is minding their own business. The chandelier casting a faint gold glow around the entire hall. By the dance floor people are dancing. But the dance seems more like ballroom dance. A rich sound of laughter filled around the entire hall. Everyone was busy with their conversation until a heavy footsteps was audible. Everyone looks in the direction only to find the most awaiting person. I knew he would come to this party. Did you see the famous model? Florence Wilson. She came here in South Korea only because she is interested in him. Come on guys, you guys know she has such an amazing husband. Stop your filthy mind. Mark my word, he is here only for her. Do you know how popular she is? If she is being a brand ambassador then they will take the fashion market as well. He is really a capable businessman after all. Their all gossiping ended when the said person stopped right at the middle, gazing around the entire hallroom with his predatory eyes. He is looking like a Greek god with all black, adoring his muscular body. He spotted the person for whom he attended this party. He walked towards the gorgeous lady of middle 30s and stood in front of her. On the other side a boy in middle 20s kept checking himself in the mirror while his driver rolled his eyes. Young master, what's the point of getting up this beautifully if you are not stepping out from the car? The driver said with an irritated voice while the said man pouted while gaze still fixed on the mirror. How am I looking, uncle? Obviously good enough to take his attention. The man said while giggling softly. The driver only rolled his eyes. Come on now, go inside quickly. What if girls surrounded your man? You know the president's daughter is after your man. The driver warned with an urgent voice. He motivates the frightened man. No B.T. copyright H can take my man. I am coming baby. He shouted and came out from the car. Before entering the hall he calmed himself down and entered inside the hall, taking everyone's attention. He entered inside just like a prince. Well, indeed he is the most pampered prince. He entered inside and spotted his man talking, smiling professionally, with a lady. He couldn't see the lady's face. So he was walking fast to reach his man. He walks to them and sighs in relief after all the woman in front of him is very well known to him. Hello Florence, love you. He is kinda busy and has to go with me, the man said with a wide smile on his face when Florence just chuckled. Taiong, stop being too possessive. We are talking about business only. It's really nice to meet with you, Jungkook. Florence said with a light chuckle while Taehyung held Jungkook's hand. Jungkook freed himself and glared at Taehyung. What was that, Mr. Kim? Jungkook asked while exhaling. Taehyung looked at Jungkook from head to toe and blushed hard. You are looking too handsome today. My eyes aren't able to look anywhere other than your face. Taehyung blushed hard and hid his face with his hands. If I know you will come here I wouldn't be bothered to come here, Mr. President. Now do one thing. I want Florence as our new brand ambassador. Jungkook said and started walking towards the bar. He leaned on the counter and took the rum. Why are you being so salty about everything? Come on, Koo, don't be like this. Taehyung said while taking a whiskey shot in his hand. Jungkook looked at him and snatched the glass from him. Don't call me Koo. How many times do I have to say this? Don't call me Koo. Jungkook gritted his teeth and gulped the whiskey. Taehyung pouted and clung to Jungkook's arms. I am scared here, Kookie. Look how these bad women are looking at me. They are so bad, Taehyung exclaimed dramatically and rested his forehead in Jungkook's arms. Stop calling me by this weird name. Jungkook said while gritting his teeth. He doesn't like whenever someone calls him this way. Okay then baby, Taehyung asked with a grin. I will poke your eyes out. Jungkook said with an irritated voice. Then love, Taehyung gives a smug smile while playing with his finger. I will smack your head hard. Jungkook's irritation grew heavier. Then what about Super Pie? Taehyung made a kissing face while Jungkook put his palm on Taehyung's mouth intending to stop him, but instead of stopping he got a kiss. Seriously, you need a good beating, Jungkook said, gritting his teeth. Then what about Cinnamon? Taehyung asked again, not saying much. Go from here, Jungkook said, trying to calm his mind. Okay, then sweetheart, Taehyung asked again while being too happy. I will pull your tongue, Jungkook said and took another shot of rum and gulped it while glaring at Taehyung. Then tell me what I have to call you. You tell me. I will call you only with your chosen name. Mr. Jaeon, Jungkook answered shortly. Come on, what will everyone say about what kind of couple they are? I want to be a good husband for you. Keep dreaming, Jungkook said and started taking leave from the party. He was about to leave the hall when Taehyung ran to him and held his hand. Jungkook's breath hitched, glaring at the intertwined hands. You can't go, and I have a way to stop you. But look here, I am willing to go with you. Please take me with you. Taehyung smiled and kept jerking Jungkook's hand. Jungkook sighs at this dramatic brat and starts walking holding the brat. Ah, finally freedom. That hall was suffocating. Too many fake smiles, too many fake people. Gosh, how can they call themselves elite people? Such a disgrace to be even human, yet they are praised as if they are some kind of angels. Taehyung inhaled deeply. He chuckled sarcastically. Get in the car. Anyway, you won't let me go, Jungkook said flatly, already reaching for his phone. No, for both. I won't let you leave me. Never ever in my life. And for now I won't get inside the car, Taehyung said with a grin while Jungkook paused. He slowly turned his head with irritation. What? Jungkook asked while pinching the bridge of his nose. Taehyung slipped his hand free and took 2 steps back. Hands behind his back like a naughty child. I won't go anywhere. Won't even take a step until you listen to me. Taehyung literally speaks like singing. Kim Taehyung. Jungkook's voice dropped into anger. For anyone he is indeed sounding dangerous, but not for Kim Taehyung obviously. For Kim Taehyung he is sounding too soft, almost syrupy sweet. I want street food, Taehyung exclaimed dramatically, but after this the silence that followed was too loud. Absolutely not, Jungkook said and tried to hold Taehyung's hand, but he backed away. Jungkookie. Taehyung looked at Jungkook. I said don't call me that, Jungkook said with a louder voice. Mr. Jaeon, please, Taehyung corrected himself with a proud grin. He then blew a kiss to Jungkook, who closed his eyes. This is ridiculous. You'll get sick, Jungkook sighs while rubbing his head. So what? You'll take care of me, Taehyung said while looking at the sky. His figure swaying as if he is dreaming something. Most probably Jungkook is taking care of him. In your dreams, Jungkook scoffed before uttering those words. Taehyung tilted his head. Eyes are soft now. You never do anything fun. You work, you attend parties you hate, you drink alcohol you don't even like. When was the last time you did something just because you wanted to? Taehyung said all those so easily as if it isn't hard for Jungkook. Jungkook opened his mouth to argue and then closed it. Taehyung stepped closer to him while lowering his voice. Jungkook looks at Taehyung, who is smiling and looking at him with so much love. So much adoration. People often say if someone truly loves, then their eyes turn into the mirror of heart. Taehyung's eyes are obviously saying everything. Saying everything which he wasn't able to form with words. Just today, please, Taehyung said, bringing Jungkook back from his little tipsy moment. He looked away, his jaw clenched. This boy always plays with his nerves. 10 minutes. Only 10 minutes. Jungkook muttered with his cold voice. Taehyung's face lit up like a festival. Yes, Taehyung jumped, being all excited. Before Jungkook could react, Taehyung grabbed his hand again and started pulling him down the street, the famous street for tasty food. They stopped in front of a small street cart. Steam rose from sizzling pans, the smell of spices filling the air. The whole place is filled with different kinds of food. Taehyung's eyes widened like a child's. He licked his lips while looking around the entire place. Look, tteokbokki. Oh my god, is that hotteok? Taehyung said with excitement. This is unhygienic. Jungkook frowned and said with a displeased tone. The ajumma behind the cart raised an eyebrow. Yeah, handsome, my food is cleaner than your attitude. The old ajumma said with a sweet smile while Taehyung burst out laughing. Jungkook glared at Taehyung, who just blew a kiss at him. Ajumma, give us 2 of everything. Taehyung ordered and looked at Jungkook. Us? Jungkook asked sharply. If you don't eat, I won't either. Taehyung leaned in, whispering into Jungkook's ear. Jungkook glared at him. He knew it was a lie. Taehyung always won. They sat on a small plastic bench. Jungkook stared at the food like it had personally offended him. Taehyung handed him a skewer. Just 1 bite. It's so tasty and you will love it. Come on, your taste buds are kinda ruined by all those boiled veggies. Taehyung said and took a deep breath. No, Jungkook declined sharply. Taehyung didn't mind, just took a bite himself, moaning exaggeratedly. Wow, this is so good, life-changing. I think I just fell in love again. Taehyung said and kissed his finger dramatically. Jungkook rolled his eyes. You fall in love with everything. Jungkook sighs and leans on the chair carefully. Not true, just you. Taehyung said softly while Jungkook froze. Then his expression turned annoyed. He took the skewer and bit into it. He paused just after taking it and then chewed. Then he took another bite. Taehyung watched him with a smug smile. See, Taehyung said while chewing his food. It's acceptable, now concentrate on your food. Jungkook said stiffly while Taehyung giggled. You ate 3 pieces, Taehyung said with an offended voice. Jungkook avoided his gaze, reaching for another one. Eat it and don't talk much. Jungkook eats another 2 different dishes with a wide smile. They left after filling their stomach fully. Taehyung returned to his house and jumped on the couch where his parents were sitting. His smiley face turned sad after seeing his mother. His lips wobble up fakely. And the irony is his parents know everything, still they play along. What happened to my baby bear? Mrs. Kim asked while caressing his hair tenderly as if he was really a baby. Mom, am I not looking handsome? Taehyung complained while standing up admiring himself on the floor-to-ceiling Windows mirror. Who said you are not handsome? My son is the most handsome man in this world. Mrs. Kim fangirling about his son. Taehyung flopped on the other couch. Then why Kooky isn't accepting me? Taehyung asked sadly, and this time the sadness seemed real. It's okay my son. Keep trying harder. After all, a great man like Jungkook is hard to get. You have to put in effort. Also don't behave like a monkey always. Mr. Kim said and stood up while Taehyung left, being offended. Meanwhile in Jaeon household Tilda. Jaeon Jungkook walks inside the house only to find Mrs. Jaeon standing nearby the heavy oak door. He takes a deep breath. Mama, what are you doing here? And why are you even staying this late? Jungkook asked Mrs. Jaeon to hold his coat and take his office bag. Jungkook tried to take it away but couldn't as Mrs. Jaeon already walked to the couch and placed it on the coffee table. You are so late. It's already 11. Go and freshen up. I will serve you the food. Mrs. Jaeon said and started walking towards the kitchen but stopped by Jungkook. Mama, I already had my dinner. Mrs. Jaeon turned towards Jungkook with widened eyes. You had dinner outside. This isn't funny. Mrs. Jaeon said and about to walk but Jungkook held her hand and shook his head. Taehyung, that brat was eating my head. So I tilde. Jungkook couldn't say much as this isn't typically him. Mrs. Jaeon, who was all shocked just some time ago, now smiled softly. That kid. He is really good. I just want him to always smile. Mrs. Jaeon said while Jungkook just shook his head. He then left from there taking his things while Mrs. Jaeon was smiling. The morning in the Vertex group is different today. The air seems frustrating. The whole atmosphere is heavy, like something is about to explode. No one is laughing or chattering like any other day. No one is lingering near the elevators. Even the usual confident heels sound hesitant against the marble floor. The only thing visible is the screens, flash red numbers. The share market is crashing. Inside the top floor conference room, the atmosphere is worse than anything. Jungkook stands at the head of the table. His immaculate suit hugged his muscular body tightly. But his expression is anything but. His jaw is clenched so tight it looks painful. His fingers dig into the edge of the glass table. Explain, Jungkook said one cold and sharp word. The CFO swallows hard. He certainly knows Jungkook's anger. Sir, Vertex shares dropped 12% within 40 minutes. Foreign investors are pulling out after the leaked report. The CFO couldn't complete the sentence. His words were cut off by Jungkook. What leaked report? Jungkook snaps hearing the CFO. The head analyst clears his throat. The alleged internal conflict. Rumors about instability in leadership. The media is speculating about personal influence affecting company decisions. Once the head analyst completes her report, Jungkook lets out a humorless laugh. So gossip, Jungkook says quietly. Too quietly. Yes, sir, but the market. One of the junior executives tried to talk but was cut off by a loud crash. The glass paperweight slammed against the wall, shattering into pieces. Everyone flinched badly along with their hearts. Don't say market to me. The market doesn't panic over rumors unless someone feeds it. Jungkook growled, his voice low but lethal. He is seething in anger. Silence falls on the place for a brief moment. The CFO's hands trembled slightly. He is praying hard to not get fired. The analysts stare at their screens like it might save them. Everyone gulped, not daring to look at the CEO. Find the source. Every email, every internal memo, every unsanctioned conversation. I want names. Just FCKING names. Jungkook shouted loudly and straightened up. His eyes are still bloodshot red. Neck veins are visible due to uncontrollable anger. Yes, sir, I will start working on it, one of the junior executives said almost immediately. And freeze all non-essential trades. No damage control interviews. No apologies for anything. Vertex doesn't beg anyone. Sue whoever publishes any shit about the company. His eyes darkened while blurring out each word. The doors of the conference room opened. Every head snapped toward the entrance. Kim Taehyung walked in dramatically. The president of Vertex Group looked nothing like someone walking into a crisis. His expression was calm and unreadable. His tailored suit was flawless. His eyes went straight to Jungkook, ignoring everyone else as if they didn't even exist. I heard the shares dropped. Why wasn't I informed earlier? Taehyung asked evenly. He is sounding insulted by this negligence. Jungkook turned slowly to him. His eyes are sharp as blades. Because this isn't a boardroom drama, Mr. President. This is sabotage. We need a solution as soon as possible. We can't wait for you to come. Jungkook said with a frustrated sigh. A few executives held their breath. No one talked to Taehyung like that. Taehyung didn't react, not even a flicker of offense across his face. He smiled and walked closer, too close for professional comfort. And, Taehyung asked softly, and, someone leaked a narrative implying you make decisions based on personal influence. Jungkook said, his voice rising just a notch. The room stiffened with unspoken tension. Taehyung's gaze flickered around for a mere second then landed on Jungkook. Which mother FPI copyright K euro causes distress to my coup? Find out about that monster. If he is hidden under a grave, make sure to find him before 5. Nothing should distress my Jungkookie. Taehyung said, fuming in anger while Mr. Kim, the chairman of Vertex, walked inside only to find his love-struck son giving a speech which had nothing to do with the current situation. Will you stop, Mr. President? This is important. The CFO said with a displeased tone, as being a president Taiong rarely contributes in the office. They can't say anything just because he is the future chairman. And it's not like Taiong will ever listen to them. Without Jungkook he doesn't listen to anyone. Oh, new CFO. You are fired. What I was saying is the culprit should be here within hours. Cookie, baby, come. I will give you a strawberry and banana milkshake. You can take a rest. He isn't fired, but if you talk nonsense I will surely fire you. Jungkook exclaimed angrily while glaring at Taehyung. Taehyung scoffed and sighed lazily. You won't fire me. Okay, meeting pack up. Everyone go home now, Taehyung said, clapping his hand while Mr. Kim walked in front and glared at his son. Enough of this stupid drama. Mr. Kim spoke out coldly. Hearing him, everyone straightened their posture. Even Taehyung stopped mid-breath. He isn't scared of his father, but during this kind of crisis his dear father is not so dear. Mr. Kim walked to the head of the table, his gaze sweeping over everyone like a blade. This is Vertex, not a kindergarten. And you, sit down and keep quiet. His eyes landed on Taehyung just before saying the warning. Cookie, Taehyung opened his mouth and said something more, but one look from his father and the great Taehyung shut up. He sat down on the chair while folding his hands like an obedient child. Jungkook didn't even look at him. Mr. Kim turned to Jungkook instead, voice calmer now. As he knows there is no one more capable than Jungkook. Proceed, Mr. Kim ordered, and Jungkook nodded once. His anger didn't disappear, but it sharpened into something lethal and precise. I have a solution, Chairman sir. Jungkook said respectfully. Wow, I knew it. You are the one who can be this amazing. The words seem messed up. Leave it, Cookie, you are amazing. Taehyung cheered while clapping continuously. Mr. Kim glared at him. Taehyung smiles and sits on his chair while admiring his Jungkookie lovingly. Pull all liquidity from secondary expansion projects. Redirect it to share buybacks. Only this way will we stabilize the price before noon. Jungkook said coldly while eyeing the whole room. His razor-sharp gaze made everyone suffocate. But sir, that will delay. Before the CFO could say anything, Jungkook stopped him. It will save the company. Isn't it necessary for now, Mr. CFO? Delay is better than the collapse, isn't it? Jungkook asked while gritting his teeth. The CFO bites his lips. Jungkook is angry now. Mr. Kim nodded approvingly with his capable CEO. Release an official statement. No emotions should be attached. Just facts about everything. Facts about our decision. Facts about our leadership. Make sure they know Vertex leadership is unified. End of story. Jungkook sighs after saying the solution. And the investors, what will you do with them? Mr. Kim asked with a frown. He is also tense about them. I'll call the top 5 personally. They don't trust just fake promised words, they trust numbers. I'll give them numbers. Jungkook's voice was calm now. Mr. Kim smiled faintly looking at Jungkook. This is why he runs this company. I am proud of you, my son. Mr. Kim said while tapping the table. Everyone sighs at relief, finally getting the solution. Meanwhile Taehyung looked at Jungkook like a man witnessing divinity. The meeting moved fast after that. After hours the screen changed with some green signals. Mr. Kim turned toward the door. I am going now, but I expect results by evening. Mr. Kim started walking but stopped, glancing at Taehyung. And you, my dear son, learn something for once. With that, he left the cabin. Once a few more green lines appeared, relief washed over the room. One by one, executives gathered their files and exited with some easy muscle. Now the entire cabin is empty. Only Jungkook and Taehyung remained. Jungkook loosened his tie, exhaling slowly. His shoulders finally dropped. Taehyung stood up quietly and walked closer. So hot, Taehyung murmured unbeknownst to him also. Looking at Jungkook he couldn't keep his own words in check. Jungkook didn't look at him. He just closed his eyes. Say one unnecessary word and I will throw you out of this building. Jungkook said with an irritated sigh. While Taehyung smiled brightly. You were amazing. I was so mesmerized that I couldn't even say a single word. Taehyung said with his eternal adoration. Stop, Taehyung, it was my job, Jungkook said while rubbing his forehead. He is having a headache from all the drama he is handling. You look so powerful, ah, Taehyung said while cupping his own cheeks. Kim Taehyung, you have work to do. Go and start working, Jungkook said while standing up. You scared everyone. I was so proud, Taehyung said while following Jungkook. Jungkook finally turned to Taehyung and looked at him with sharp eyes. This is not a joke, Jungkook said, pinching the bridge of his nose. Taehyung nodded seriously. For exactly 2 seconds. I know this isn't a joke. But you still looked hot. Taehyung leaned in with a wide grin only to get a glare from Jungkook. You're seriously impossible, Jungkook said with irritation and pinched the bridge of his nose once again. So cuckoo, can I take you out for lunch? You skipped breakfast. I know because I checked. Taehyung asked while pouting. He is trying hard to look pitiful so Jungkook accepts the offer. That's none of your business, Jungkook said while playing with his pen. You ate street food with me. Your defenses are already down, Taehyung said smugly. The wide smug grin looked adorable on his face. I have work, Jungkook whispered and walked past him, grabbing his files. Taehyung followed like a shadow. I'll sit quietly, Taehyung assured Jungkook while walking behind him like a puppy. No, Jungkook said plainly. I'll just exist beautifully, Taehyung said earnestly when Jungkook stopped at the door and turned slowly. If you don't leave me alone Tilda, Jungkook paused before finding something. Yes, Taehyung asked hopefully. He is already planning to feed Jungkook. I'll actually fire you, Jungkook said to burst the bubble. Taehyung gasped dramatically. Threats that too in the office. How unprofessional, kooky tilde. Taehyung said and stepped aside anyway, his eyes warm. Don't overwork yourself, kooky. Listening to this Jungkook paused. He didn't turn back. He just couldn't when he knew Taehyung was still there. Don't call me that, Jungkook warned Taehyung and walked away while Taehyung was standing with a pout in his lips. After a full hectic day Jungkook finally feels good. He peels off the mask of a rival company. Lay their dirty deeds naked in front of the public. He just didn't expose how they try to frame the company. He also split away all the dirty deeds they ever did. And right now they are the ones having problems with their company funding. After satisfying himself finally he decided to eat something. Taehyung walked inside the cabin while singing. His arms full of food containers and a proud grin on his face as if he'd just conquered a nation. What the hell are you doing here? Jungkook snapped at him, immediately standing up from the chair. Saving your life, Jungkookie. Taehyung replied cheerfully, placing the food on the table one by one. Jungkook's gaze flickered despite himself. Bibimbap grilled fish, steamed dumplings. He looked at that soup. The one he only ate when exhausted. I didn't order this, Jungkook said flatly. No you won't order anything. That's why I brought it. Taehyung beamed like a teenage girl. You can't just walk into my office whenever you feel like it. Tae, listen to me carefully. You should purchase your dream. Jungkook tries to be reasonable with Taehyung. Taehyung is doing only one thing. Running behind Jungkook which is destroying his own dream. I'm the president. What more do I need? Taehyung shrugged his shoulders as if it's nothing. Jungkook exhales sharply. The whole day's pressure, tension about share profit and hunger raised his anger a bit more. That doesn't give you tilde, Jungkook tried to speak through gritting teeth. But he was cut off by Taehyung. And you skipped lunch. Lunch is important, Mr. CEO. Don't ask how I know. I just do. You know Kim Taehyung is super talented, Taehyung said with a wide smile. Jungkook sighs at his words. Before Taehyung can say something more, Jungkook's stomach growls, making him embarrassed to his bones. Taehyung gasped dramatically. Did you hear that, kooky? Your stomach just confessed its love to me. Taehyung exclaimed dramatically while putting his hand on his chest. This makes Jungkook kinda embarrassed. Sit down, Jungkook ordered sharply. He is trying hard to surface the embarrassment from the last minute. Taehyung happily obeyed Jungkook's words, pulling a chair closer to Jungkook where he sat. See, you do care about me, Taehyung said, pushing the food container to Jungkook. I care about productivity, Taehyung. Jungkook shot back, opening one of the containers. The aroma hit him instantly. It's from his favorite restaurant. You did amazing today, Taehyung said quietly, his eyes filled with adoration. Jungkook paused in mid-motion. It was necessary for them to know where they belong, Jungkook said with a sudden surge of unknown unfamiliar emotions. You destroyed them elegantly. Without raising your voice you just stripped them apart. I almost cried out of happiness. Taehyung speaks with a proud feeling. Taehyung noticed Jungkook's expression. Jungkook seems to enjoy the food. You like it, Taehyung sings Sanji. I would like anything after starving for 10 hours, Jungkook replied stiffly. The basic thing Taehyung does is Jungkook can't. Liar, you're relaxing, Taehyung said lightly. Jungkook didn't respond, he just kept eating his food. Taehyung rested his chin on his palm, watching Jungkook eat. You know, Hyungi, you shouldn't always have to fight alone. You should live a life. Taehyung said this out like a whisper. Jungkook gulped the food without chewing. I don't need help, I want to do what I am capable of. Jungkook said, shoving the dumpling in his mouth. I know you won't listen to me. But I like being here anyway. I just like being with you. Taehyung smiled widely. Finish your food and leave. Jungkook spoke and looked away, scooping another bite into his mouth. Yes, sir, Mr. Jaeon, my hero. Taehyung grinned widely while Jungkook muttered under his breath. Annoying brat. Although Jungkook called him an annoying brat, he didn't tell him to go from here. And who is Taehyung to not notice something this huge of a matter? After completing their lunch in the evening, Taehyung left Jungkook's office while dancing a little. The office hour ended finally and Jungkook can go home now. He needs rest urgently. Once he is in the car, he witnesses the chocolate box in the car. Instantly a smiling face appeared in front of his eyes. He only heard a few sentences. You are so pretty, Hyungi. With muscle you look more good. Hyungi, why don't you eat all the chocolate I give you? I brought them for you only. Eat the food, hubby uffs. Sorry, by mistake I said what my heart wants. It's okay, it's okay. Come on, eat the food, Mr. Jaeon. This stupid kid. Jungkook cursed under his breath and left from there. Jungkook walked inside the house and flopped on the couch with a dramatic sigh. His head is aching a lot. To be honest, in his life only Taehyung is the one who is the source of light in his life. He closed his eyes while punching lightly in his forehead. In his haziness he didn't notice the door unlocking sound. But the faint sounds of music startled him. He opened his eyes and witnessed a half-quiet K-Euro-D Taehyung. Taehyung is standing in his room only on a short towel. His entire body went rigid after witnessing Taehyung. What the hell are you doing in my house and also in my room? Jungkook shouted frantically. Sweat beads form in his face like crystal. He is gulping down his saliva as much as he can. Hyungi, I want a sleepover, so I come after the office. Auntie told me to use your bathroom. And if I don't feel comfortable then I can sleep here. Taehyung said with sweet tenderness. Jungkook just looked at him like how sweetly someone can lie. Jungkook stared at him for a solid 3 seconds, his brain refusing to function properly. He knows his mother would do anything Taehyung is saying, but she has some scenes of boundaries also. Put on some clothes, Jungkook finally said with an irritated voice. His eyes were very intentionally fixed on the ceiling. He didn't even move any part of his body. Why? Taehyung tilted his head innocently as if he didn't understand anything. Jungkook groaned and opened his eyes. Unwillingly, it fell on Taehyung. The towel slipped just a little as he moved. Jungkook nearly saw his life flash before his eyes. Because this is my house. Jungkook barked loudly, grabbing the nearest cushion and throwing it in the air. But the cushion strategically fell in front of Taehyung. Taehyung laughed loudly. You're so dramatic, Hyungi. It's just skin. Everyone has it. Also we both are men so it doesn't matter. Taehyung said with a light chuckle while Jungkook gritted his teeth. Not everyone walks around showing it off like a peacock. Jungkook snapped, standing up in one motion. At light speed he turned his back fully now. And don't call me Hyungi. But you didn't tell me to leave. Taehyung hummed dramatically. He is clearly enjoying this far too much. Jungkook clenched his fists as he couldn't say anything. That's because if I turn around again, I might commit a crime. Jungkook speaks immediately, almost admitting his desire for something filthy. Ooh, you will commit a crime against me. Taehyung teased Jungkook while stepping closer. He knows something is going on with Jungkook and that is not so innocent. Against myself, Jungkook said through gritted teeth. Taehyung is checking his patience a lot now. Taehyung stopped just a step away from Jungkook. He is close enough that Jungkook could feel the warmth radiating from him. And this is actually too close. To be precise, criminally close. Hyungi, you're shaking, Taehyung said softly now, but the teasing provocation is clear. I am not shaking. Stop assuming things and listen to me carefully. Take one more step and I swear I'll throw you out naked. Right now. Jungkook snapped instantly, even though his clenched fists betrayed him. Taehyung's lips curved into a slow, mischievous smile. You wouldn't survive that either. Taehyung said nonchalantly. And Jungkook hated that the kid was right. Why are you even here this late? Don't you have your own house? Your own room? Your own clothes? Jungkook asked black-facing Taehyung. He is still refusing to turn around. I got bored at home. And you look tired. Also auntie said you will skip dinner again bcz it's already late. How can I let it happen? Taehyung replied. Easily. That woman is a traitor. I can't believe she is saying things to this brat. Jungkook muttered to himself but it was loud enough for Taehyung to hear. Taehyung hummed with Jungkook then leaned sideways just enough that he could see him in his peripheral vision. That towel was still hanging on by pure luck and audacity. You always push yourself like this. You work till your head hurts. You forget to eat. You forget to breathe. If this way everything goes you will fall sick. Taiong said with a softer voice now. He might be a brat to everyone but when it comes to Jungkook's health he is the most strict person. That's none of your business. Jungkook said with his usual voice, but this time his voice lacked its usual bite. You made it my business years ago. Taiong said simply while shrugging as if nothing happened. Jungkook finally turned his head just enough to glare. But he instantly regretted it. Go, change, now, Jungkook shouted furiously while Taiong just laughed out loud. He is totally unbothered. See, you care, Hyungi. Taiong sang it like it's a song while Jungkook just sighs. I care about not going blind. Jungkook stammered while rubbing his forehead. You already look at me a lot. No need to hide it. I know about all this. Should I show you what is behind the towel? Taiong teased Jungkook with a smug smile. He knows the outcome won't be as syrupy sweet as his imagination but at least Jungkook won't throw him out. On the other hand Jungkook grabbed a pillow and shoved it straight into Taehyung's chest this time, pushing him back toward the washroom. Bathroom. Clothes. 5 minutes. If you come out like this again, I will personally wrap you in curtains. Jungkook ordered with his professional tone. Yes, sir, Taehyung saluted dramatically. Finally retreating his body. At the doorway, he paused and glanced back at Jungkook. You know, Hyungi for someone who doesn't want to look, you're trying very hard. Taehyung said with a painful expression as if he was saying something painful. The door shut before Jungkook could throw something else. A few minutes later, Taehyung came back. He is fully dressed this time in Jungkook's oversized hoodie, sleeves swallowing his hands, hair still damp. Jungkook looked at him and froze again. Why are you wearing my clothes? Jungkook asked with a sigh. He wants to cry. They're comfy. And they smell like you. Taehyung said happily while flopping beside him without permission. Get off, Jungkook said weakly. No, Taehyung shook his head. Kim Taehyung. Jungkook warned Taehyung which never worked. Yes, source of my happiness. Taehyung smiled widely. Jungkook sighed and closed his eyes again as he tried to console himself. His head still hurts, but the chaos beside him felt warm. Just sleep, and don't talk, Jungkook muttered. Taehyung smiled at him and curled closer. I also didn't have dinner. Let's go and eat something. Taehyung said while rubbing his stomach. Let's go. Give me 5 minutes. I am coming after freshening up. Jungkook stood up and left from there while Taehyung smiled shyly looking at his disappearing figure.